Hey there, everyone. This is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, a big special welcome to you. Please make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss out on another video. Today we are focusing on the timeless message, who is jealous of me? These are timeless messages, which means that wherever you are in the world, at whatever time you are seeing this message, this is when the information was meant for you. So, as I said, we're going to focus on the question today, who is jealous of me? I have the manga tarot spread out here today with my clear quartz. I like to open up readings with my deck and the clear quartz to open up the energy. We're going to give it a shuffle. Who is jealous of me? Now, this will be a 12-card spread. I will start off with 8 cards, and then I will be adding 4 more. So it will provide a couple of different layers of detail. All right. Who is jealous of me? For a timeless message. Who is jealous of me? All right, straighten out. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Okay, so let us see. I see somebody's definitely jealous. There's somebody. Okay, so the way I'm going to be reading this is left to right, and then I will be adding 4 more cards, and we'll be reading top to bottom. So let us start off and see what we've got right here. All right, this is our 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands talks about embarking on new things, so starting new things. It could be projects, it could be just a different chapter, like moving forward in a positive way, making real progress. Sounds like somebody is watching your progress. Here next we have our Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Now, this is somebody who gets real excited, wants to do things. Our knights are always kind of about action, passion, that kind of a thing. This is somebody who is very ambitious, wants to do things, but it's somebody who also kind of rushes in, a bit disorganized, fueled by the excitement, but then again, not having that organization to make it go anywhere, just thriving on that adrenaline. Okay. Then we have our 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords talks about somebody who rushes in too soon. That sounds exactly like our Knight of Swords. So somebody who rushes in too soon. This is a card that shows up when there are winners and losers in a situation. So it could be about failing. It sounds like somebody who is jealous of you is seeing your ability just to kind of get out there and start new things. Whether that's a testament to your success in those journeys or not, I'm not quite sure yet. We have to keep looking, but it definitely is something about your ability to kind of start new and pick yourself up, dust yourself off when it doesn't go well, and continue on. It could also be about, one of those feelings like, boy, whatever you start, it just seems to do well. One of those kinds of feelings. This person is likely somebody who jumps in and wants to start new things too and says, well, I can do things like that, or maybe they've already tried to do a bunch of things like that and it failed. We got our 5 of Swords. They got too confident, running in too soon, or too excited about new things, and they seem to find failure about things. So they are probably potentially more upset about the fact that they've failed, but instead they're going to look at you and say your ability to get out there and do things is what is making them jealous. This is confirmed here with our moon card. The moon card talks about pettiness. This talks about, kind of, finding your way through the pettiness, not allowing other people's kind of emotional blackmail to sort of get in your way. So this is sort of about advice for you about avoiding emotional pressure, not letting that bother you, not giving in to those kinds of things. Sometimes, again, it's involving people being petty. Wow, that is about jealousy. So, it talks about somebody who might be not even addressing what the real issue is about. I feel like I can't do anything, or I've failed, or I'm afraid I'll fail, and you seem to be able to do it. It could be more of, they might not even realize that that's what it is. Do you understand? So, you might be getting an emotional blackmail kind of feeling about something that seems unrelated, but it is actually related. Sometimes when we get upset that somebody left their shoes in the middle of the room, it's not really that we're upset about the shoes. It kind of triggers, it's really because of something else. Do you see where I'm going with that? Okay, so next, justice. This talks about fairness. This talks about getting what you are owed. This is somebody who feels that they should be having success, and you are, and they're not, and they feel like it's just not fair. They might be somebody who, again, is overconfident, stuff like that, but they're just not getting the same results, the same success, and potentially the same recognition. Let me pick it up. There we go. This is the star, which is about recognition. What have you been praised for lately? What if maybe you've been singled out for as being successful, doing something? Now, again, it could be something in your regular life, like, oh, I accomplished this or that. But it also could be like a personal growth kind of thing, like moving on from a terrible relationship and finding your power, your strength, or, picking yourself off after something bad happens and making good things happen. Or it could be like, hey, I have this great idea. I'm going to go do something and make it happen. And you seem successful, or at least you seem, ambitious and willing to try and not knocked off of your ambition train when things don't go well, right? I think this might be somebody close to you. We have our Ace of Cups. This talks about love and emotion. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. It can be anything that's kind of near and dear to your heart, a relationship or something that makes you kind of feel that love and that emotion in your heart. So in this particular reading with the other cards that are surrounding it, I think this is showing up because there is, it's somebody probably close to you. Again, it doesn't have to be a romantic interest, but it could be, but it's somebody who's close to you, who has strong ties to you. We've got Temperance after that, and this is another balance card. Remember what we have here with our Justice card. We've got two balance cards showing up here. So this is something I think that could be easily resolved. Again, I think it's somebody you're close to. That balance is there. And again, this isn't something about you. You're not doing anything wrong. In fact, you should not ever dim your light just so that somebody else can see better. That is not how it works. And somebody is feeling that way, but I do see a lot of balance coming. And so therefore it's resolved. The Temperance card comes up when you're asked to, accept what can't be changed, letting old resentments go. So this person is going to let it go. I think it's somebody close to you. And I think it is literally about just being jealous that they're not having either the success that you have. They might be trying to make you feel guilty about it, or it might be popping up in another, verbally in another instance, like identifying another problem when it's really not. It's really more about, just, their lack of confidence in themselves, or perhaps they've had a series of things go wrong, So let's see what our bridge is. This will help kind of pull it together. The bridge will be read top to bottom, and it will help connect our top row to our bottom row. Okay, so let us see what we've got. Yeah, it's definitely somebody close to you. I definitely think so. Definitely. Okay, yeah. All right, so top to bottom here. On our first row, again, we have starting out and doing things, just beginning new things very confidently. And then we have our justice card, and our justice card is about fairness and getting what you're owed and that kind of a thing. Well, in there, we have our Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, in a romantic reading, it would definitely be like, oh boy, stuff's happening here, you know. But since I don't necessarily think it's a love interest, I do think it's somebody close to you, though. The Knight of Cups says, you know, they feel kind of like they've been wanting this. They might feel kind of like they've been left out. Maybe they feel, maybe it's a close friend, and you guys do things together, or you feel like you need to have each other's back. Again, remember what I said. You should never dim your light just so that somebody else can see. That is not how it works. And it seems like that is kind of what you're being asked to do, or at least, you know, I mean, by your friend, by whoever this is, who I do think is a friend or a close person to you. You know, that is not how friends operate. That is not how people who care about us really want to do things. And I can see, because he's the Knight, that is not really what they think. I do think that this is going to be resolved. I don't think it's a huge issue that is going to, you know, rock your world, rock your friendship. I just think it's somebody coming to terms with that. I think they have strong feelings for you. And here is why I say that. This person is thinking. This is a thinking card. This is the Two of Wands, and this is about somebody really kind of tossing things to up in their own head, like trying to think like, well, in this case, you know, so-and-so did this, and am I really going to be jealous about it? Is this really about me? Should I be happy for them? You know, it's that kind of a thing, sort of bumping it back and forth. You are being recognized, and this person is jealous about it. You seem like you've got it all together. This person feels like they have the will. They just don't know how to make it happen. So they're trying to figure out maybe how to emulate you. Maybe they're trying to figure out, you know, how to put those feelings to rest even. That's a good thing, too, that they've recognized it and they're trying to kind of put it to bed. Okay, next. From the top to the bottom, we have our Five of Swords, which is about winners and losers and that kind of a thing, rushing in too quickly. We have our Ace of Cups, which is that love that I think is really telling us that it's somebody close. Well, anyway, the bridge is the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is kind of about the beginning of a voyage, meaning not that you're going on some boat trip with this person, but that this person you guys have probably experienced a lot together. This is about carrying thoughts and ideas with you on a journey. It's about going to a new shore. If you can see this there, it's kind of like where they're going to the brighter shore over there, where things are, well, brighter. And carrying these swords with this person is essentially like carrying baggage. I think that this person has felt like you two have been through a lot together, and that you have come a long way, perhaps, and maybe feels that you've left them in the dust because you've kind of progressed faster or further than they have, or you just seem to have the ability to make things happen. Now, again, we have our Moon with Temperance. Temperance is our balance card. The Moon talks about kind of being guided. It talks about rising above that emotional blackmail kind of thing and letting resentments go. So, you know, this person is, I believe, evolving into just letting it go. I don't think it's going to be a huge thing. Do you see? So again, what's our bridge? Our bridge is the World. The World is the wishes card. This is all about, saying anything is possible, you know, that kind of a thing. It's all going to work out. Things can happen. Anything is possible. Stay confident, stay open, stay positive, you know, that kind of a card. It is a very good card for long-term relationships. Now, obviously, that sounds a little bit more of like a romantic partnership, but think about a friendship. That's a long-term relationship, isn't it? It's also good for long-distance relationships. So maybe if you have a friend who is, a little bit, well, long distance, this card kind of suggests, you might have a chance to travel here. This might be what steals the deal. I mean, that makes things happen. I think this person, it is about them, why they haven't maybe been successful. It's not about you. It's not saying you did something wrong or that you're arrogant or that you're rubbing it in their face. I mean, nothing like that. I think what it is this person is jealous because they are not having the successes, and you might seem like you just have success all the time. That might be their view. And whether or not that's true or not, that's, left to be seen. But in their mind, it's true. So, but I think they come to kind of realize this on their own. Perhaps that encouragement of saying, you know what? I mean, not even having to address it like, hey, man, I know you're jealous of me and I'm successful and you can be too. I don't mean like that. That's kind of condescending and it might trigger, a response that you're not really hoping to get. But, just having that overall, praise of what they're doing right, or not even that. It's more about just showing that you're friends, that you're in this together, that you have each other's back. That's actually probably a better way to say it. So this person needs to have that friendship and commitment validated. It needs to be reassured. So you don't even really have to address like, hey, I know you're jealous about these things. It's just to say that, you know what, I'm here and I'm still your BFF, or I'm still your sister or brother, or, and maybe a romantic relationship, maybe it's a partnership, but not sure on that, but it's somebody who's close. It could be a romantic partner, but I feel more like it's a friend. Yeah, I feel like it's a friend of yours. So think about it. Have you been, getting some recognition? Have you made some changes, advancements, successes in some way? Or do you have a friend who just seems like they just can't get it right, or they keep tripping on themselves, or, something like that? That might be who it is. And I do think it's easily resolved, and potentially you might want to extend your hand in friendship. Don't even have to address it, but just saying, hey, I'm here for you. I care about you. Let's go out for coffee. Or, doesn't even have to be specific about this issue, but just showing that you're there. Oh, this was a good one. This was very clear. So, oh my goodness, I hope it was helpful for you. Please comment. Let me know. I would love to hear what you're thinking. Please leave a comment there. And also make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss another video. I do timeless readings, pick-a-cards. I have live shows, and I do private readings. So I've got all kinds of cool stuff. So make sure you subscribe and come visit me again for another timeless reading.